There have been many contradictory stories about Shenghis Khan. However, after the translations of Professor Tluberti Abanai, a historian from the People's Republic of China who is fluent in Old Turkic, Old Persian, and Classical Chinese, the true and complete history of Shenghis Khan has come to light. In particular, the ancient historian Rashid al-Din wrote a detailed account of Shenghis Khan's life and origins in Old Persian. According to him, Shenghis Khan descended from the Kiat clan, which includes the Darlikans and the Jalairs. He specifically states that Shenghis Khan was from the Jalair branch. Rashid al-Din also notes that the Jalairs considered themselves to be of Kiat origin. A legend tells of a warrior group who, with a single sword strike, cut off both the heads of their enemies and the manes of their horses. Onlookers shouted, "These must be Jalairs." And since then, neighboring tribes have called them Jalair, meaning those who cut manes. After carefully studying Rashid al-Din's works, along with numerous chronicles, manuscripts, and oral traditions, Professor Tluberti Abanai presented a comprehensive history of Shenghis Khan, free from distortion and myth. He emphasizes that Shenghis Khan indeed belonged to the ancient Turkic Kiat lineage, which traces back to the time of the Huns. Within this lineage were prominent branches such as the Darlikans and the Jalairs. Although official Chinese records from the Yuan dynasty identified him with the Darlikans, Shenghis Khan himself, in accounts collected by Rashid al-Din and confirmed in ancient Chinese chronicles, declared that he came from the Jalairs. Professor Abanai pays special attention to the etymology of the name Jalair. A legend passed down through generations tells of a brave group of warriors who, during a battle, struck down their enemies and simultaneously sliced through the manes of horses. This feat symbolized swift, relentless power. Witnesses exclaimed, "These are true Jalairs." Since then, the name has become synonymous with mane cutters, a symbol of uncompromising strength and determination. Further, Abanai notes that in Chinese records from the reign of Kublai Khan, there are references to a northern group of Turkic-speaking tribes whose leaders bore the titles Shanu and Tengriket, Son of Heaven. These titles later evolved into the term Khan, which was inherited by Temujin Shenghis Khan. He was recognized as Khan not only because of military power, but also due to his bloodline, which linked him to ancient steppe rulers revered as descendants of Tengri, the heavenly deity. Professor Abanai also emphasizes that the real story of Shenghis Khan is inseparable from the alliances between Turkic tribes such as the Naimans, Karaites, Kongrets, and Merkits. These alliances were not just military coalitions, but networks of kinship and cultural ties. They gave Shenghis Khan the right to both military and spiritual leadership in the steppe. Please subscribe and stay healthy and happy based on his study of ancient Chinese chronicles like Yuanshai and commentary from Persian historian Rashid al-Din. Abanai concludes that Shenghis Khan was a true child of the steppe, born in a multilingual and multicultural environment, but spiritually rooted in Turkic traditions. His empire-building strategy and his placement of Turks in key administrative and military roles confirm his commitment to preserving the core of steppe culture within a global empire. Temujin, the future Shenghis Khan, showed unusual wisdom and a sense of justice from an early age. His childhood was harsh after the death of his father, Yasuge Badr. His family was cast out and left to fend for themselves. But this exile became a school of survival, discipline, and deep understanding of human nature for young Temujin. Professor Abanai notes that steppe philosophy, especially the Turkic concept of Tengrilik faith in the one heavenly spirit and the path one must walk with honor and loyalty, played a crucial role in shaping Temujin's character. From a young age, he absorbed these values from elders and through his first-hand experience with the harsh realities of steppe life. His brother Kasar played an important role in his life. They were close, yet different. Kasar was known for his strength and courage, while Temujin was gifted with foresight, eloquence, and persuasion. Their bond was inseparable during their youth, and Khazar always stood beside him during their most difficult times. A turning point in Temujin's life was meeting Bertay, a girl from the Kongret tribe. She became not just his wife, but his partner, spiritual support, and the mother of his children. Through her, he gained respect for female wisdom, which later influenced his family life and his relations with the people. According to records discovered by Professor Abanai in ancient Chinese chronicles and confirmed by Persian translations, Temujin and his brothers were once captured by the Taytiot tribe during their youth. He was shackled in a wooden yoke. Even then, the loyalty of those around him was evident. One guard, respecting his dignity, freed him under the cover of night. This moment marked him. Even in captivity, he inspired respect and compassion. From early on, he lived by the rule: a person is valued not by blood, but by loyalty and actions. This principle ran through all his later deeds. He built a circle of chosen companions whom he trusted more than blood relatives. He often said, "Adel Adam, Nezagatiru Tirikshi, Jagatilu loyal men are the support of the spear, liars are a wish for the enemy." Historian Pluberti Abanai particularly emphasizes that Temujin understood from childhood that only discipline, patience, and duty make a person great. He rejected interclan feuds and believed true power lay in integrity and justice. He punished thieves and traitors equally, regardless of origin. Temujin did not initially seek power, he sought order. Rashid al-Din writes that Temujin often reflected aloud, "Tengri many bersinab kurdi heaven is testing me." This sense of mission and personal accountability to Tengri shaped him into a new kind of leader, not by force, but by conscience. A strong argument in favor of the Kazakh version of Temujin's origin comes from Kazakh writer and historian Nurshikiv. In his writings, he links Shenghis Khan's name to toponyms in present-day Kazakhstan, especially Jenisu and the Almaty region. Nurshikiv claims that in his youth, Temujin often hid from pursuers, including the Taytiot tribe, in the inaccessible mountain areas. In one such moment, he found refuge in the Burkhan, gorgeous sacred place where steppe warriors traditionally turned to Tengri for protection and guidance. This place still bears the ancient name, and locals consider it holy. According to Nurshikiv and Pluberti Abanai findings, another area associated with Shenghis Khan is Turgan, located in the foothills of the Transzili Alatau. These lands still carry their ancient names, and local legends tell of a tall, dark-haired youth who once hid there from enemies. Legend says it was in these lands that he gained inner strength and first made a vow before Tengri. If he survived, he would dedicate his life to bringing order to the steppe and protecting the oppressed. According to Nurshikiv, Temujin was born in one of the remote mountain villages between the present-day valleys of Kisikbas and Burkhan. This version has merit, as archaeological sites from the 12th century have been found in the area, including Kipchak Turkic artifacts, indicating a strong Turkic tribal presence Shenghis Khan's ancestors. Professor Abanai points out that Chinese chronicles often distorted geographical facts, relocating events to modern-day Mongolia to legitimize the Yuan dynasty. But Rashid al-Din's Persian accounts describe steppes, rivers, and mountains without fixed modern coordinates. The toponyms Burkhan, Turgan, Kisikbas, Jenisu are the keys to reconstructing the real history. In the nearby Issyk region are burial mounds where, according to local legend, Turkic tribal leaders once gathered. One elder, upon the birth of a boy during strong winds and snowstorms, said, "Bulbela Jains, Buni Tengri Zijibri, this child is not ordinary, he was sent by Tengri himself." These words, passed down through the ages, confirm that Temujin was remembered not just as a warrior, but as a man of divine purpose. Janisu was not just land, for him it was the cradle of strength, spirit, and the path he carried throughout his life. After hiding in the Janisu region, specifically the Burkhan Gorge and the Turgan Valley, Temujin spent many months in solitude and reflection. According to Abadai, this was his time of spiritual cleansing. Alone, without shelter or followers, he felt not only fear but also inner fortitude. Elders say that during this time, he first saw a shallow white-bearded old man, a shaman who, in steppe lore, appears only to the chosen. The old man told him, "Senning joling, howkingning joli. Tengri Sagan Tek Kylie Sheens, Dilit Te Barity, your path is your people's path. Tengri gives you not only a sword, but justice." This became a turning point in Temujin's life. He began to realize strength without justice is ruin, and power without duty is a curse. From that point forward, he sought not just victories, but Zhou the righteous path where a warrior brings order. Professor Abanai explains that it was during this period that Temujin began to formulate the concept of Yasa, the Great Law, which would be universal for all, regardless of tribe, language, or faith. In this code, he wished to embody 3 key principles. 1. TRTP discipline as the foundation of life. 2. Adaldic loyalty, without which there is no trust. 3. Tedic equality before the law, even for the most noble one night. Praying under the open sky, he vowed, "Men Tengrij and Itamen, eager men elj kianat jasasum, Neza many tespiquimison, I swear to heaven if I betray my people. Let the spear not spare me." After this, he returned to the steppe not as a fugitive, but as a man with purpose. He gathered around him not relatives, but cursed spiritual comrades. Many were simple shepherds, laborers, or former slaves. He said, "Adaldik, nis balik. Balik hey andisgurdi. All edeldas mere boy birch loyalty is true wealth. Gold changes daily, but a loyal friend lasts a lifetime." He often spoke with shamans, but never idolized them. He would say, "Shaman Krushi, Birak Joldizi Tandau Karak, the shaman sees, but the path must be chosen by you." Thus, Temujin became not just a military figure, but a near sacred one, a man who united Turkic steppe wisdom, the divine